All right, and here is the Iron Factory Blizzard, their triple changer, aka Blitzwing. Here he is in his tank mode. We're just going to go through all the modes once. I'm not going to go to robot mode to tank because, yeah, it's one of the weaker Iron Factory figures. Still fun, but it does have a few minor issues with it. Here he is with his sword and his gun attached. You can take those off. And he's got his turret, which does rotate here in tank mode. You see his fins are underneath here. Should snap in a little better. The cockpit. But all in all, not a bad little tank. And to turn him into a jet from here, we're just going to flip this. This will say it likes to come off that hinge. Flip that up. Fold these pieces up like this. Bring it around up to the top. Fold these panels back. Flip up these little fins. And then we're going to take the legs, rotate them so that they're pointy forward, and then tab them together. And there's the jet mode. And again, you can, if you want, there's peg holes open up on the side here, so you can store, if you want to peg his gun onto one side and his sword onto the other, he can have his weapons in vehicle mode, in jet mode as well. Again, it's kind of a jet because we say it is. You can actually also, if you want, fold this back and have the gun underneath the jet. It does kind of empty out the back end, but seeing as how the fins are, you have the stabilizers already up here on the side anyway, it's up to you. But yeah, there is the jet mode. You can't actually take this off. He's got a peg here. I don't know what exactly that's for. I guess if you want him to have it hold as a club or something. I don't know. You don't have to unpeg this at all at any point, though. And then to turn him into a robot, we'll go ahead and fold this back onto his back, and we'll leave it facing up so he has that kind of iconic turret behind his head, but you can, if you want, fold it around so it's not visible. Entirely up to you. Open these up, unpeg the arms from the side of his body, flip his fists out, bring them down a little bit, like this. Untab the whole backpack, which will allow you to flip up his headpiece and fold it back, and that should peg in. It's tricky to get it lined up exactly right, but there's a slot in the back of his cockpit, so lock that into place. Open up these, flip open his feet. These panels open up, and you can extend the legs. And then, same on this side, open this up, extend the leg, rotate the feet to face forward. You want to rotate the whole ankle joint, and that's one of the problems getting this in, because you want to have it sit forward so it can sit. Because if you notice, the ball joint comes off at an angle on this peg, and you have to rotate it. Mine started off a little tight, so I sanded them down a little bit, and now they're okay. But that is a place to be careful. And then rotate the whole thing around at the waist so the front is facing forward. And then you just kind of gotta, you can kind of close his, once this is back, you can close these panels around his arms, although it does severely limit the posability in his arms if you do that. And you can fold these, and then also you give him his weapons, fold the tail fins in. Conversely, if you want to give him more freedom, you can fold these back. Well, that does make him very back heavy. He's capable of supporting it with the right pose. But yeah, then he's just got these pieces kind of angling off his back. So it's entirely up to you. Like I said, that's one of the flaws of the way these all close around it, is that his arm movement gets very limited. But he can hold his weapons. He does have a ball joint at the head. If you fold these back, he's got ball joints at the shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbows, no wrist swivel because they flip out, waist swivel, ball hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees, and then ball joints at the ankles as well. He's actually pretty sturdy. Like I said, not the strongest design they've put out, but not a bad looking blitz. His robot mode's kind of cool looking, even if it is a little hindering with the backpack, although this isn't too bad. It still gives him some range of movement in his arms while not folding these all the way back. And we'll use my standard little Iron Factory comparison here. There he is with Starscream. So you can see he's a little bigger than the average Seeker. But yeah, fun little toy. Like I said, I think the cone heads... Well, actually, War Giant is my favorite thing, I think, currently I'm messing with by them. Their Scorponok is great. God, Lord Scorpion is still one of... Like, Overlord's good. There's very few figures that I wouldn't say, hey, if you got the money, pick it up from Iron Factory. The Dotson brothers are great. They're all pretty super fun. But yeah, there is Blizzard, their triple changing Blitzwing from Iron Factory.